everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and it is planner launch season. We're coming up on the last part of 2022, and so I really felt like it was important to do some follow-up reviews for some of the planners that I have tested out over the course of 2022, and one of them happens to be a Plum Paper Planner Daily, and I really love the A5 size dailies, and this one works perfectly as an A5 size. Plum Paper Planner also offers the traditional 7x9, which I'll show you an example of as well, and they're just super customizable, and that's one thing I just love about Plum Paper Planner. Plum Paper Planner is one of those companies where you either love their paper or you hate their paper, and I happen to love their paper. It's very, very smooth and buttery. It works perfectly with my Pentel Energels, so these are some of the like disposable ones, but you definitely can still replace the inks on these. But you guys have seen my metal barrel ones. I happen to have one. This is like my top dog pen. I have these everywhere. They come in these beautiful metal barrel ones that you can refill. You can also refill these like plastic barrel kinds, and the refills come in lots of different colors, so you can totally go all in and get into the Pentel Energel thing. I will leave some Amazon links for you guys. Also, Jet Pens will sell the Energel refills, but it does work great with the Pentel Energel. The only thing I will say is because it is smooth, it is not super duper fast drying. So if you are a lefty and you press really hard with your hand, you will smear a little bit. But I happen to be a weird lefty and write sideways. I've learned over the years, because of how much mechanical pencil usage I have had, I would be like covered in lead. I learned to write sideways to where I don't smear anything. So I don't have problems with it smearing all that much. Every once in a while, I'll accidentally, mark up my pinky area, but most of the time I don't. It's not a big problem for me, but it definitely is something to note. If you're using very slick, smooth paper, it does have a little bit more drying time than something that soaks the ink up and is instantaneously dry. So that's just something to note. Their paper is different, and it's definitely really unique. It's just smooth and buttery and soft, and I really, really like the feel of it. I like the bright whiteness of it. But that's just one of those Plum Paper Planner things. Like, people talk about the paper and they rant about the paper, and some people just love the paper and only buy Plum Paper Planner things because the paper is so wonderful. But yeah, it's one of those love it or hate it things. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that for you guys. Plum Paper Planner is among the most customizable planners. You get to pick your planner cover, you get to pick your start month, you get to pick Monday or Sunday start for your monthly calendar, you get to add in holidays, you get to change titles of things, and you can have so many add-ons, and the add-ons, they can go every month. Like, I added this habit tracker to every month at the end of the month, so you can add things dispersed throughout your planner. You can add different tab sections. Like, I added a gratitude section, and it will be a tab section at the end. They have lots and lots and lots of different designs for actual planner pages, and then they offer 3 different sizes: 8.5 by 11, 7 by 9, and then the A5, which is this size. So it's just like the most customizable option out there as far as everything. And not only that, generally speaking, it comes on a coil, but you can get it disc bound, or you can get it just blank pages if you want to make like a ring bound option, or punch it yourself for disc bound or whatever. You can get unbound pages that are just the page. They don't have any coil on them. They don't come with the disc punch pages, which these aren't Plum Paper Planner pages, but it has that disc bound little shape on it, so you can pop it into the disc bound system. But yeah, there's just like the best customizable thing. When I ended up getting really into planners, it was one of my first planner loves, and I still just love Plum Paper Planners. Like, that's enough Plum Paper Planner love. You guys know I've talked about them for years and years, but this is an A5 daily, and they do offer multiple actual designs of this. And they also, one other thing they offer different colors. So this is their modern color scheme, and it's got more teals and aqua bluey type shades, and then a coral and almost like a mustard yellow. But they offer a neutral, which is more navy colored, and then they offer basically like their version of rainbowish colors. It's just called their colorful. So they do offer tons and tons of options, but I really want to talk about the daily page. So this one happens to be one of their daily pages. I will leave the name of it down below, because they do offer multiple daily pages, and I'll show you another one in a second. But this one is completely customizable as far as your title. So I added these. You can leave them off if you want to be able to change it up, or you can add them. So I did leave this bottom one blank, you can see. Because at the time when I was planning this out, I wasn't sure what I was going to put there. But I have a schedule section. It gives you the 3 ombre boxes, which I love because, you know, we'll have kids activities and appointments and doctor's things and all sorts of things. So those go up in the schedule section. It gives you a really long, nice big to-do list. It gives you this part that should be your schedule. If you have meetings or something, you can put your timed things in that dotted grid, but I used it for fitness. So I just put like the minutes of my fitness and whatever class I'm doing, since everything I do is pretty much Peloton. It goes in there. Also a big, nice space for meals, a little spot for notes. And I wasn't sure what I would use this bottom part for, so I left it blank. But I love it. I love the way it looks. Every month, the color changes with the tab. As you can see, the color's just changing a little bit. There's some things I wrote in. And then April is like the coral color, which is really pretty. So I love the customizability. I love that you can change your titles. And I felt like in A5 size, because this was only 2 columns, it's the perfect size for this. So I found that I really liked using this. I got this actually in November, so I did end up using it. I wrote it in hardcore on the floor calendar stuff, my mileage stuff. And then I have like my fitness here. I wrote in the minutes and what type of thing I was doing. I wrote in kids activities here. Here's my to-do list. Here's my meals. Here's notes, like I had a Moxie Life thing. It's just the same kind of thing over and over. And I didn't use it all that much, but I used it enough to play around with it and really, really like it. And yeah, you can see it's just such a perfect thing. You can use a little bit, a lot. And with this Plum Paper Planner, you get the weekends. Each get their own page. I don't mind. I don't usually have a whole lot to plan on the weekends, so I don't mind if they're like half pages, but I do like that it's the same layout every day and you get a full page. But here's a different kind. I added some water. I added a little sticker to this one. Yeah, just, you know, filled it out, added some more stickers. Yeah, I really just love this one so much, and I ended up using this one quite a bit. I came back to it a different month. I think I used March. So I used a little bit of March as well. I didn't fill it out as much because I really liked my fitness planner after 2022 actually started. This was back in November 2021. But yeah, it's just a great layout, and I feel like Plum Paper Planner does the customization so right. By the way, this ink is the Pentel Energel with the black ink. So I use it, it's fine, didn't skip, it writes really beautifully. I didn't smear it because of how I hold my left hand, but it's just a really nice planner, and I love that you can customize it. And one of my thoughts moving into 2023, of course I will repurpose some of these weeks and months, you know, it just has a date up there, but you can repurpose these pages for any time of the year. So I definitely will be doing that. But my hope is to eventually get some different Plum Paper Planner designs in Diskbound. I will just order it instead of the coil. I'll order it disc punched, and then I can just put it in here. This is a Martha Stewart disc system thing. I happened to get this one at Staples. Cindy posted about this one. I'll link to her channel because she's like the planner goddess, but she posted that she was going to use this notebook and turn it into a planner, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this notebook. And it came with different discs. These are Inkwell Press metal rose gold discs, which I love their discs in particular, but I plan on converting this to a disc bound daily and love the option to disc punch these. So I will show you guys another daily. They offer a different daily, I think, also. But here's another one, and because this one had 3 columns, I got it as a 7x9 because I felt like I would not have room to write, you know, write my stuff in an A5 with 3 columns. So I did get this one in 7x9, and you can do that with this same layout too. This is the one I'm really talking about today, but it is also an option to get it in a bigger form. And also, again, you can title these whatever you want. I like this one had the 3 boxes, but yeah, this one is just such a nice planner. I do plan on repurposing this and using it. My only gripe about the Plum Paper Planners is, one, I don't really like their covers, but that's not a huge big deal. I just put Erin Condren covers on all of my Plum Paper Planners. They all have Erin Condren covers now, just because I prefer the Erin Condren covers. But my one actual gripe about this is I don't like these bulleted dots. You know why? Because my dot pen just doesn't look great with it, so I do highlight this one instead, but I would really wish they would get rid of the dots. I don't like the dots in any of the Plum Paper Planners, and they do have the habit tracker. It is also dotted. So like, I don't know if I'm supposed to check box these, circle it, do the dot pin over it, highlight it. It just does not work for my brain. I just wish they would get rid of the dot check boxes. I want a circle or a square. Like, give me a circle or a square shape so I can dot it or color it in or check box it. This one's just not as satisfying to like check off a dot. It's just not satisfying at all. And I wish they would just leave it blank over doing the dots. But I try to just ignore the dots and highlight and cross things off. I do a combination of both. Where am I? Here we go. So yeah, just highlight over it instead of dot pin it because of those dots. But yeah, even when I'm like indenting, it's annoying. I just don't like the dots. That's my only one complaint. I wish they would just get rid of their dots altogether, and those happen to be throughout other planners as well. You can see some columns are blank, which I love. I can dot my own thing. Some columns have the dots, and I do not like. Do not like that. So that's my only one gripe with Plum Paper Planner. Other than that, absolutely love Plum Paper Planner. I can get over the covers. I can just snip them off, no big deal. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this look at the Plum Paper Planner daily with the 2 columns. I just think it's a great layout. I love the little like ombre look of it. I love the color is throughout the pages, and you can get the neutral one, which will be navy instead of like, you know, all the different shades of color. But yeah, it's such a good planner. I hope you guys will check it out. I do have a new customer coupon if you want to get a Plum Paper Planner. Check the description box down below. Unfortunately, they don't have an affiliate program that I know of. I wish they did. I would totally love to be a Plum Paper Planner representative. I just love them so much. They're one of my favorite companies ever, and I've used them for so long. Every year I buy some Plum Paper Planner goodness, and I definitely plan on doing the same thing for 2023 and repurposing the ones I already have because I have so many good layouts from them. They just keep coming out with new layouts, and I definitely recommend going through and looking at all their customizations because you can look through all of their different weeklies and dailies and monthly options. They've got budget trackers. They've got so many add-ons. They've got stickers. They even have a sticker subscription thing. They just have so many options. So I would definitely recommend playing around with their customization tool and checking it out. And yeah, if you're a new customer, use that coupon code and it'll give you a little % off. But I hope you guys liked this video. I really want to talk about some of these planners and highlight them because they are some of the best, and this happens to be one of them. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Happy planning. Bye.